Welcome to this radio channel, and this is the propagation outlook and the solar activity for the end of this week. Starting, pretty much we are August the 8th, late in the day. It's typically almost August 9th. UTC is 2340, so it's almost as UTC August 9th. What's going to be the conditions on shortwave bands for the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, August 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. First of all, for those that like meteor showers, is the Perseid meteor showers. And you know what? It sometimes can have some effects on the propagation of high frequency, and I'm talking like the 10-meter band. Some meteor might do some meteor scatter. A lot of it is usually more in the VHF range, but might be interesting to tune around, and who knows what can happen. Some meteors that are bright enough might actually ionize the upper atmosphere just long enough to have apparently up to about a minute and a half of communication sometimes. So who knows? What have been the conditions? Well, we talked about, of course, coronal hole, and we're going to look at it here. So here's the coronal hole. Here's this part was what we were seeing at the beginning of the week. It was around this area right now. What's happening, of course, is that it's moved on. We did have, of course, increased solar winds. We were talking about possible, unsettled conditions, but you know what? It hasn't had too much of an effect. When we look at the K index, highest reading was 3. So we almost went to unsettled conditions, but didn't quite reach it. So it's not been too bad, actually. It's kind of calming down a little bit right now. We'll get back into maybe some unsettled conditions later this weekend due to the coronal hole that you see, of course, on the sun right here. That will push some solar wind our way again. So conditions should overall be pretty good. But, Saturday, Sunday, if there's some unsettled conditions, it's possible. But until now, you know what? These add very little effect on the geomagnetic field. So let's cross our fingers that it stays like that. As we'll get into fall, one of the things that we know is that these coronal holes will probably have more effect. There are two main times during the year where increased solar wind actually can cause geomagnetic storms easily, and it's around the period of the equinox, which is, around the month of September for fall, and the month of March. These two periods of times, the way the Earth is aligned with the Sun, makes the kind of the geomagnetic field a little weaker. So just a little wind gust from the Sun can actually trigger auroras, so and geomagnetic storms. So right now we're kind of still in the summer effect, basically the solstice effect, and so these winds don't tend to actually create too much of disturbances right now. But we'll see this weekend. But conditions are overall very, very good. If you looked at my walk in the park videos, you can see that propagation is actually fantastic. Been listening and hearing a lot of things on the radio. For those waiting for another walk in the park videos, we've been having rain all day today, so walk in the park was pretty much out of the questions unless I go with an umbrella maybe. But we'll try to have some walk in the park tomorrow, better conditions tomorrow, and I'm planning to do several walk in the parks tomorrow. I would like to have maybe 5 or 6 different time frames of walk in the park, so we'll try to do that tomorrow and have more of those videos. I know you guys like them. So hey, still good conditions. Don't hesitate to check it out. And one last little thing about what's happening with our sun. The last report that came out is that the sun has been out of sunspots for a pretty long stretch now. And this long stretch last happened at solar minimum in 2009. That means it pretty much looks like we are at solar minimum already. You know, that solar minimum was predicted to be around 2020. It seems to be here faster than it should have been. So, you know, definitely we're pretty much at solar minimum right now. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what happens with our sun as we go through the next months and years. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and you can go to solarham.net for some you know, information. You can also go to spaceweather.com, another great website for solar information. Take care.